the most beautiful Genshin Impact characters, according to the lore. We already know there are a ton of wonderful characters, but objectively speaking, who are considered beautiful, handsome, or physically attractive inside the Genshin universe itself. This information can come from character voice lines, character stories, NPC voice lines, descriptions of artifacts, or literally anything inside the game. And in the end, I will mention who is the absolute most beautiful character in Teyvat, lore-wise. Let's begin. Starting us off, we have Mona. Ask me for directions. Arnold thought she was very beautiful, even asking her out. Although it only happened inside Fischl's Mirage, the domain still represented the citizens of Mondstadt, just shown as ravens, so it counts. Kaya. When meeting him at Good Hunters, after defeating Storm Terror, you get a choice to call him handsome. In his character story 1, it is said that he is surprisingly popular among the elderly of Mondstadt, even earning himself the title of top candidate for grandson-in-law. Furthermore, in his character story 5, him and Diluc are both said to be the most eye-catching young gentlemen in the entire nation. Speaking of Diluc, he is one of the city's finest bachelors. There is also a girl named Donna, who has a very big crush on him, claiming she can only think about Diluc. Enough said. Barbara, she is known as the shining idol of Mondstadt. It was said that everyone in the nation adores her, maybe even a little too much, having hardcore fans that would go through great lengths just to get her attention. Albedo. He is described by people as polite and graceful. The cavalry captain has a voice line about him, calling Albedo the type that everybody likes. Lisa also mentioned that he is easy on the eyes. Next, we have Child. There's a message on the announcement board in Leeway, stating that a handsome man, who looks like a prince from a faraway land, is checking in at a nearby hotel. The woman wanted to make friends with him, seeing his impressive appearance, but is disappointed that he already left. It is heavily implied that the character she is talking about is Child. Someone also called him a pretty boy, although it was said in an insulting way. Zhongli. In his character card description, it states that he is handsome, elegant, and surpassingly learned. Very disappointed that I couldn't find more. Xiao. In the Moon Chase Festival, he is described by Smiley Yan Xiao as a good-looking fella, but not too tall. There was also a child near a village that told a story of when she lost her doll, and described Xiao as a handsome, dashing adeptus. She said that it's like he came out of a storybook. Beidou. In Heizo's hangout event, there's a treasure hoarder that describes her as a pretty lady with an eye patch. There is also someone on her ship who says the captain's name over and over again when alone, and then her face gets all red. That same person promised to marry anyone who defeated her in an arm wrestling match, but Beidou was the only one who did. Shenhe. One of Hu Tao's voice lines tells about how she wants to look as pure and pristine as she does, and wonders if she can achieve that by eating divine herbs and drinking the dews of mountains. Yunjin. She's a popular performer in Leeway, having dedicated fans of her own. She must have a good presence. Next, we have Ayaka, known and beloved for her beauty, poise, and grace. Everyone views her as a flawless princess. In the description of their specialty dish, it states that if one had the honor of enjoying such a treat while having tea with a princess as graceful and noble as a white heron, one would surely yearn to have that moment stretch into eternity. Also, in the Irodori Festival, her portrait had the most picture taken, so she's quite photogenic. Wanderer. In the Husk of Opulent Dreams timepiece, Song of Life, he is described as a beautiful and lovely puppet. To add to that, Pale Flame Set's Goblet, Surpassing Cup, describes him as born with a face fairer than any other. I guess that could also mean Raiden is canonically beautiful, as she made him. There are also citizens of Inazuma who are a big fan of her, and her furniture plush sold out in minutes. Kujo Sarah extremely adores and looks up to her, possibly even being Raiden's biggest fan. Toma. In his character story 2, he is described as handsome and cheerful. Ito. In the Drum Along Festival, he said that the reason he got a discount on his drum was because the seller said he was handsome. He ended up still getting scammed though. He also views himself as very handsome and cool, and self-love is important too. Miko. She is described as beautiful and mysterious on her character page. Up next is Kaveh. During his hangout, when you talk with the old professor of Kaveh's mother, she tells us that he looks almost exactly like his mother, who is a renowned beauty. She was apparently very popular among the students of the academia, with people going to the same class she went, just to be able to see and talk to her. Nilu. It was said she looked straight out of a fairy tale. Everything about her outfit also represents the goddess of flowers, who was said to have such beauty that it is indescribable. Like Barbara and Yunjin, she's a popular performer, and has dedicated fans that absolutely adore her. Yeah. There are a ton of mercs who adore her, and someone even wanted to buy her a sword as a gift. Next, we have Furina. She was, and still is, a popular actress and star of Fontaine. So many must have considered her beautiful. Rightly. There are many prisoners in the fortress of Maripide who constantly simp for him. Whether it's real or just a way to get on his good side, who knows? I'm sure a bunch of them do find him attractive though. Traveler. He is called Dreamy by Hazel and a Cutie by Lisa. I think a bunch of people in Teyvat also find him attractive, with how many places he went to and the legendary deeds he has done. Finally, the character who is likely to be the most beautiful in the realm of Teyvat, Ningguang. In her character story 5, it's stated that she never had a shortage of suitors. It's not just because she is extremely rich either. It seems that every eligible bachelor, from the young esquires of the Yujing Terrace, to accomplished young businessmen, to renowned sea captains, has at some point invested substantial energy into trying to win Ningguang's affection. One rumor has it that a wealthy businessman from the court of Fontaine signed a major trade deal with Liyue Harbor for the sole reason that it would mean he could see her more often. She was also described as Liyue's most beautiful, unsolvable enigma. She's so sought after that the citizens actively gossip about who might she be in a relationship with. During Lantern Rite, Beidou complimented her appearance. One of her secretaries is literally lusting over her and imagines what her body looks like without her usual clothing, saying she is a very big fan of her image. Despite this, she claims that she doesn't care for romance, and governing Liyue and improving the prosperity of her nation is her main goal. It was a close match between her and the Wanderer, but Ningguang just has more supporting evidence and has so many people simping for her. I'm sure I missed some stuff that indicates a character is physically attractive inside the game's lore, especially for Fontaine characters, but those are the ones I found in my research. Do you have more pieces of information that prove a character is beautiful or handsome? Comment down below. I would love to read what you guys think, as I'm sure you can make an argument on why every character is considered physically attractive lore-wise. Thank you all so much for watching. Give a like if you ended up enjoying this video, and subscribe to be notified of my future videos. Bye.